Welcome to Cane River Creole National Park. The park was founded in 1994 and is located in Natchitoches, Louisiana, just a few hours north of Baton Rouge and New Orleans. The park contains two original Creole plantations. If you're unfamiliar, what we know as Creole culture today came about in 18th century Louisiana. It combines French, Spanish, African, and Native American influences. We're only visiting the Oakland plantation today. The other, Magnolia, is actually still lived in, though you can still tour the grounds. As you can see, the park grounds are dog friendly, though none of the buildings are. If you bring your dog to any national park site, make sure to keep them leashed and clean up after them. We checked out the mule barn, carpenter shop, and carriage house on our way to the plantation store. It's closed Mondays and Tuesdays and open every other day. The grounds are open daily from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., but the main house is only open Saturdays and Sundays from about 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Inside, we meet a park ranger who tells us all about the park and plantation's history. Just before I started recording, she told us everything in the store is original and it only closed in 1982.
Oakland and Magnolia are the most intact French Creole plantations in America from the 1718 and 1900s. The house here, the Prudhomme family lived here from 1821 until 1998.
Oh, wow.
But the plantation was started, they got the land grant in 1785, but they had been here since the beginning of the colony in the 1720s.
Oh, wow.
LeCount family and later Herzog at Magnolia, they got their first land grant in 1753.
Okay.
And they still have the house, but it is supposed to come to the Park Service.
That's awesome.
But yeah, two families, the entire length of a plantation, surviving through the Civil War and continuing farming on. So we take both of the plantations to the 1960s because that's really the end of the cotton plantation era. It doesn't end with the Civil War.
Got it. Okay. Oh, wow.
Cotton is still king for a long time. But it's really the mechanization of farming that ends it, because at that point you no longer need a big workforce to pick cotton, and so they move on using the railroads to go to Houston, Dallas, Chicago, West Coast, and look for better opportunity. And then these little stores like this just start dwindling in number after the 1950s, really. But this one stayed open until 82. Oakland's was open to about 73. So it's really the mechanization of farming that ends the cotton plantations. They're moving on to other crops primarily as well, a lot of soybeans. So up here we're cord, cotton, and soybeans.
Okay.
Even though the river is named for cane, it wasn't named for sugar cane. It was named for the river cane that formed huge cane breaks along the rivers. The American Indians, primarily the Catawba people in this area, used them to make baskets and other items. And so that's where it got the name cane. They did grow a little bit of sugar cane for their own use, but it was never a cash crop up here. It's mostly in the southern part of the state. Alexandria and south is sugar and rice down there, but and a few other things like sweet potatoes. But up here we're corn, cotton, and soybeans. So they just finished the cotton harvest this week.
Okay.
I haven't seen any left, so that was the primary money maker for the plantations after 1800.
Very cool.
Cotton gin was the modern one by Eli Whitney, was early 1790s.
Yep.
So by 1800, everybody's pretty much switched over to cotton.
The home was built in 1821 by enslaved carpenters, most of which remain unidentified. Their documents have recorded both Dominic Toussaint and Solomon Wilson as some of the carpenters who worked on the plantation. Just like everything else on the plantation, everything you see is not only a period original, but was originally owned by the Prudhomme family. There's too much history to cover in this video. If you want to learn more, I recommend you either visit the park or pause the video to read some of the placards at your own pace.
There's some doggos. Hi. Hi.
Also, for anyone who visits, it is a very pretty place. It's not absolutely gorgeous, but it's a pretty place. Don't let pulling into the back confuse you, which would look hideous. This is a doctor's home, okay. These live oaks are gorgeous, though.
As you leave, be sure to check out Bermuda Bridge. The Iron Cross Bridge was completed in 1912 and crosses the former Cane River, now lake. Thanks for watching our visit to Oakland Plantation at Cane River Creole National Historical Park.